Let's talk supplements. This is going to be a fun one for me. I've been into supplements since the late 80s, since I was a wee little lad. And this one's kind of funny for me because there's two things in here. Some of these supplements are expired, and some of them are actually originally my wife's. They're meant for women, and I am taking over them. So I'm going to explain my current supplement regimen. If you don't know who I am, I'm Dr. Dave, and I am currently on a quest transforming my life from broken couch potato to 100-mile ultra athlete in 1 year. My event's coming up in October. And in the past couple of months, I actually haven't taken any supplements except for one, vitamin D. And I'm going to be going over them just like this so you guys can see everything that I'm taking. Um, but in January, so past 4 months, in January, I got rid of all supplements. I went modified carnivore. I started my training program at a much deeper level of getting my consistent runs in. Um, and I was only taking vitamin D because on my blood work, that has always been exponentially low. And if you know anything about me or my past history, you can look through some of the other videos. I've had major health issues and I've done all sorts of different types of supplement routines as a result of that. But even more so, like I said, I've actually been in supplements since I was a little kid. I researched supplements from middle school on. I've written research papers. I was a biochemistry and molecular biology major. I've actually worked in vitamin stores and have been offered research positions at vitamin store places in their corporate and executive offices. So I've been around the block when it comes to supplements, and there's a lot of fun conversations and theories out there, a lot of which I actually don't agree with. Um, but for the most part, I'm just going to go over what's happened in the past couple of months for me because I hit a brick wall in my training and I said, screw this, I'm going to get back on my supplements. I was trying to be as natural as possible. So when I went modified carnivore, I really wanted to see what that did to my body and in combination with the training and everything else that I was doing. In March, I ended up eating too less. I realized that I was restricting my calorie intake too much, hit a brick wall in my training. I wasn't recovering at all, and I was just struggling overall. I was low energy, libido went down, like a whole bunch of different things changed that said, okay, I need to address this. And so I went the other way with this. So I am on an insane amount of supplements right now. So including the vitamin D, I take 50,000 units once a week. Oh, and by the way, although I am a doctor, I'm not your doctor. So this is not prescribing for you guys. Definitely consult with your own people. All right. So in no particular order, I've just got my supplement stack here and I'm just going to grab and go with you guys. Uh, and a lot of this stuff too is kind of hodgepodge. This was stuff I had laying around in the cabinets from previous little experiments that I've done with my health. And I said, why not just finish off some of these bottles? And this was one of those. This is Orthospore. This is a gut health component that re-inoculates bacteria. L-carnitine, this is cardiovascular support, which I strongly need. I definitely have some cardiovascular issues as I've gotten back into this. My heart rate has gotten a lot better, but still definitely having some issues there. Beta alanine. This is a fun one. This is like if you want to feel like a crackhead. Beta alanine gives you tinglies through your brain and it makes you a little bit itchy. So you start to kind of get a little bit like that. But this is a great workout supplement. I definitely love this as a pre-workout right before I go run or lift or anything of that nature. I get 3 grams of this as a daily thing, sometimes up to 6 grams per day. I will save those for a little bit. Glutamine powder. This is one of the expired supplements that I'm taking. Uh, and it was on clearance when I bought it a long time ago, so I saved a huge amount of money, but glutamine doesn't go bad. It slowly deteriorates a little bit, as all supplements and all vitamins and all medications do. But because this is an amino acid, it is a really long shelf stable thing. And this has been transformational. There we go. Transformational for me. This is a gut health one, and this really helps heal leaky gut, which I definitely have. And it's been part of this long continual journey. I used to take glutamine powder when I was doing candida detoxes and some other detox diets that I was doing. I've always worked well on this. This is also great for post-workout recovery. in not getting muscle soreness and those sorts of things. All right. Another foundational one, magnesium glycinate. This in pure encapsulation in particular. This company, this brand, and this type of magnesium glycinate, even when they got bought out by Nestle, I still stood by them. And this is by far has been the most impactful supplement I've given my patients and myself. This is, if you want to think of it as nature's muscle relaxer, this helps calm the nervous system, but it's musculoskeletal specific as opposed to, and not be confused with the citrate, which is your smooth muscle specific, which gives you loose bowels. So you can get that if you take too much of this, but for the most part, most people massively undertake this. I get people all the way up to 1,200 per day on this. Normal dose for me is around 600. 600 to 800 is usually the most effective dose on that bad boy, which I love. Some greens, I've been taking this on and off in the afternoon. This is just a local company here outside of Austin, Texas. And it's just got all the normal alkalizing blend of greens and berry type of antioxidant mix in it. But I like this. The kids actually like this one because it mixes really well. Super enzymes. This one I've been a fan of a very long time as well. This one has, for me, this works the best of what I'm missing in my digestive tract. So this is the ox bile, the papaya enzyme, the pancreatin, the bromelain especially. So if you guys don't know, bromelain is the pineapple extract. But huge amount of research on bromelain has been done. We're talking athletes that supplement with high levels of bromelain can reduce healing times. They can cut it in half, like bruise times from injuries and things like that. Very, very powerful, but especially when you're doing something like the modified carnivore, where you're eating a tremendous amount of meat. And I have a weak digestive system to begin with. This has been critical of eating this with all the meals. And let's see. Oh, yeah. Let's do some of the female stuff that I'm taking. So, like I said, I'm cleaning out the cabinets. But in all fairness, this ancient ancient nutrition, this is really just your organ supplements. So it's got all the different liver stuff in it. And yeah, liver, the different organs, let's see, yam root extract, beef bone, bone broth type of stuff, reishi mushrooms. It's got a whole bunch of ancient nutrition. Um, so I take this. I'm just finishing off this bottle. Is like a half a bottle left in here, but it's good stuff all the way around. I'm a big fan of getting organ supplementation. And let's see what other goodies we got. Another magnesium complex. This one is just kind of a fun fruity flavor, but it has the three different magnesiums in it, and actually a couple of four of them. Okay. Um, and this one I take in addition even to the magnesium glycinate. The glycinate is the foundational one that makes the most transformation in most people. And typically when you get these little variety packs like this, they work for some people, don't work for others. This one I do notice I do get digestive issues with this if I take too much. So I only take a half a scoop of this. That's how the difference is of that. Um, yeah. Oh, this is a fun one. Let's go over methyl blue. If you guys have ever seen sachets like this, they're little packs that you actually stick underneath your tongue and it absorbs through the mucosal lining of your gums. And this is a brain health supplement. So methyl blue stimulates the mitochondria in your brain, opens up pathways. So this is like deep cognitive work when I have to get a lot of work done. I'll suck on one of those and makes your tongue blue. So if you've seen me in some of those pictures where my tongue is blue, that's actually what that is. And then creatine. Yes, everyone get on creatine. This was what I was missing for the past couple of months. Creatine is one of the most researched supplements out there. This was actually all the way back in, it was like freshman, sophomore year, early 90s for me. This is when all of the foundational research behind creatine was just coming out and it was like a brand new supplement. I actually put together like a 60-page research report review of all the current literature on creatine as part of my AP English class when I was in high school. So that's how long I've actually been researching creatine and some really cool advancements around this with brain health. And I actually came across this when I was helping some patients out with long COVID. that were getting severe brain fog, and I have brain fog as well, or did, I should say, uh, supplementing with mega dosing of creatine all the way up to 30, 40 grams a day, which had never really been done before because they thought that there was kidney issues. Well, turns out there's no real kidney issues with taking creatine. And so people started mega dosing it and finding great brain health benefits. I'm still waiting. I did a little course of that. It did help. Um, but as far as you guys out there doing that, definitely do your own research on that if you want to. And then let's get into, yeah, electrolyte stuff, potassium chloride. Uh, you can clearly buy this stuff in bulk for very cheap. And so, uh, which is funny because the scoop size is only this big. So this is just a little guy, like almost like a little salt shaker. So this is probably like 10 years worth of a supply for me. Uh, Obviously, if it doesn't get wet or go bad. But potassium chloride, potassium, very important in our blood, and part of that recovery matrix that we need for electrolytes. And more and more electrolyte stuff. This is what I do into water in between. So I'll do trace mineral drops. I love this brand. And I'll even add silver into different things. And especially I'll just take silver anytime I start to get a little bit of a sore throat or anything of that nature. And last but not least, some of the more cores that I take every day now, I actually stopped drinking coffee and just replaced it with pre-workout stuff. So you guys are going to laugh at this, right? Dr. Dave's going all crazy with the cheap over the counter. Well, not cheap, cheap, but um, not the best quality of supplements. The C4 brand, definitely there's lots of things that we could go back and forth on if we should be taking it. But I like the stuff in here and I feel amazing on this. So for me, this is what I need at this given time. But this has creatine in it as well. It's got all of the amino acids. It's got taurine, um, all of those basics that from a pre-workout standpoint, this is a different type of pre-workout, the Jocko. And so I mix and match these based off of the flavor and the type of day that I feel like having. And then also I get protein shakes. I'm currently just giving this stuff a try. We've tried this for the past couple of months. Really love their flavors, but this actually comes with some of the digestive enzymes in it, which makes this, my wife actually has a lot of problems with different whey protein powders, and she has no issue with that one. So we've stuck with this one for a little while. I just like the way that it blends, mixes together, easy. I do actually 2 servings of it with milk and heavy whipping cream as part of my like post-workout big caloric, get my protein in right away. But I do not, as a side note, I do not rely on protein powders for my nutrition. And that's a big thing is you still have to have your meals as your main food. You cannot just live off of protein powders. That has been proven through and through. So please, if you feel like you're living off of your protein bars and protein powders, switch it up and just really learn how to cook in bulk and mass. Um, I think that is it, my friends. That is my current supplement stack that past 2 weeks that I've been on this, feeling amazing with it. My workouts have like 10x, my sleep metrics have improved, my HRV has improved, all of the things that my digital health stuff has been telling me about it, but more so just been feeling the energy. I've been so much more productive since getting back on my supplement routine. Because the past couple of months I really just wasn't taking anything. So that is the current update for everyone. And if you have questions, obviously there's going to be a lot of comments, a lot of questions, but that is just the overview of what I'm taking, not really even the reasons why, but just what I'm taking as an observation standpoint. Look forward to sharing more and reach out with any questions or anything that you may have.